Abyss. Valorant's newest map with plenty of places to fall to your doom is absolutely broken. So broken, in fact, that it's becoming increasingly impossible to actually play the map. There's always someone under the map or in some broken off angle because the QA on this map seems to be non-existent. Oh, my bad, I forgot about that angle. Probably because they were working on that console port. Actually cool stuff though, guys. I'm no console gamer, but they'll be happy for sure. Anywho, because the map is new and I don't have a solid opinion on how this very unique map is designed, let's talk about the other major change this patch. Brother, are you... That one wasn't my fault. That was the netcode, I swear. Balance changes. Now you see, Valorant is a very difficult game to balance. Many factors go into the various web of cogs that makes this game tick. I'm not gonna lie, without the thorough connotation of all the previous balancing acts, I wouldn't even know where to start with balancing such a great game as this one. Riot's always done a great job in the past of keeping this game pretty well balanced. So what the f are these balance changes? The Raze nerf makes sense. Clove nerf, whatever, they get picked a lot and ranked. But you aim to make a big sweep to the duelist and you pull whatever this is? Raze flying across the map undermines the tactical gameplay loop, so instead we gave Neon slide cancels? The very reason ISO was designed the way that he was is because having an on-demand point of armor is really strong. So instead they just gave him that? What? And Reyna is zooming? Why did we nerf the one strong movement option in the game and then create two more? Did anyone even test these things? Okay, let's slow down, smash like, press subscribe, and let's take this step by step. Clove nerfs. These obviously make sense due to Clove's insane pick rate at Master Shanghai. Now I didn't watch Shanghai because it did start at 4 in the morning for me, but I can assure you that Clove wasn't strong enough to warrant any nerfs. The ult was good, don't get me wrong, but it's not an 8 cost ult. Sure, the extra life is theoretically nice, but when enemies can just walk away to counter it, its 7-point price made sense. But allegedly they were too strong and ranked, which is obviously how we should be balancing the game. 2% pick rate at the highest level, that's too much. God forbid any other controller besides Viper and Omen be good nowadays. Raze nerfs. The only time in this balance patch where decisions actually made sense. Raze zooming across the map was kinda stupid compared to the rest of the roster. And they put it best. Her satchels undermine the tactical gameplay loop. Valorant isn't what I would call a slow game, but there is a fine line that is the standard of movement that makes this game tick. And Raze has always kinda walked across it, with her huge satchel jumps and super boosts. So yeah, she needed to be nerfed. Does taking away fun movement suck? Yeah, but it's for the greater good. Having stupid movement like that in this game in particular just didn't fit, especially with the rest of Raze's kit being very strong. And it was time for a change. So genuinely, Riot, what on God's green earth were you thinking with these neon changes? I get it, she was weak, but you can't make a comment about the tactical gameplay loop and then add Call of Duty slides into the game. For whatever reason, Neon can fire instantly out of a slide, and she gets 2 of these bad boys now. The relay bolt and the wall changes, sure, makes sense, but why did the balance team think any of this was okay? God forbid Raze be able to fly across the site, but Neon can slide into you and kill you before you can even humanly react to it. She's absolutely busted now, and it just feels incredibly out of place. What were you guys thinking? But somehow isn't the most broken character this patch. ISO, a character whose balance was heavily weighed on the fact that it took a kill or assist to get them rolling. The shield has always been very strong, but needed to be earned by playing with your team. Sure, kinda wasn't very duelist of them, but it was unique and very strong in the right hands. Sure, I get it, 0% pick rate in competitive. But there was a very good reason ISO didn't get an on-demand shield. Because now that he has it, he's incredibly broken. On-demand shield to just take advantageous duel after duel after duel. And now his ult is way too strong, since you can always have a shield when heading into it. I know it wasn't supposed to be a fair fight before, but now it's just one-sided. I really don't know who decided to greenlight this one. It's awful. And they decided to buff Reyna. Sure, Reyna is the pub-stomping favorite of all the Smurfs, but in her defense, she really didn't have a place in the competitive scene. So instead of just giga buffing or nerfing her, they instead just shifted some power all over the place. She overall heals half of what she used to, but if that heal would fill your armor, it lasts indefinitely. Her ult also lasts indefinitely, and she gets a huge speed boost when in Dismiss, but Dismiss lasts half a second less. Overall, yeah, she got buffed, but those buffs instead give her a solid role of hybrid entry on the team. Sure, you can't heal all your HP after every kill, but you can zoom to and from off angles like no other duelists. And instead of dumb mobility like Neon where there's little to no risk, she's still got a decent pullout time after dismissing. Committal movement is what makes Valorant a great game. And for maybe the second time this patch, Riot actually nailed that. And that's everything. To summarize, keep the Reyna and Raze changes, revert everything else. I understand, you guys are pushing the console release, but I'd rather have had no changes than these god-awful ones. They genuinely feel like an April Fool's joke. I'm gonna avoid rank for probably the rest of this episode, and I'll join everyone else under the map on Abyss before actually breaking it down. Thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to comment down below about how you feel about these silly balancing changes. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Him?
Last player
It is
standing.
him.
30
I
seconds
thought
left.
that was him. I was like, what the fuck is that? My bad, should have checked that.